The views and opinions expressed on Beautiful Disasters are those of the panelists and not those of the Geeks Under the Influence Network, their sponsors, or anyone else involved. Also, there is going to be a lot of adult language used on this podcast, so please keep your little kitties away unless you don't care about them that much.
Welcome back to Beautiful Disasters, Schlock Abuse Edition. Spooky Schlock Abuse Edition.
Schlocktober, baby.
I am F.U. Hunter, and with me always is
The Grutz.
And we've been kind of always pushing the shit-fest Schlock Abuse movies on each other.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, yours was pretty good on me, but I decided, you know what? There's such a rare thing to find Corey Feldman later Corey Feldman horror movies. So the Schlock Abuse that I gave you was
Splatter.
I had never heard of it, I'll be honest, as you do with a lot of your Schlock Abuse with me, except it's a hard copy. I picked this out sight unseen. Horror movie, Corey Feldman, what could go wrong? So
it was on Netflix, and I'd never heard of it either. And when I brought it up on Netflix, I was like, oh, okay. Splatter. Corey Feldman. I see the poster. Oh, shit. Tony Todd's in this.
yeah, that's random.
Holy shit. Joe Dante directed this?
Yeah.
And
I was worried when you told me that. I was like, wait a second. Did I accidentally give you, like, maybe a good Schlock Abuse movie?
No.
No. But this is more current Joe Dante than
some, like his pedigree of like Gremlins.
Well, I'm just saying Gremlins and The Howling.
Yeah.
The Burbs. He did some fucking, like, killer fucking movies.
He has a great horror movie pedigree.
This isn't going to be added to that pedigree. This is not it.
Now, one of the things that confused me when I first saw the main screen when I went up on Netflix, I saw all the names and I was like, holy shit. And then I saw the runtime, 29 minutes.
What?
29 minutes.
I'm sorry. That's not a feature.
That's not a feature. And then I immediately pulled out my phone and went to IMDb and pulled it up, and it said it was a TV series. But it's not really a TV series.
Yeah.
Because I pulled up the episode list, and it just had vague names of things that are happening throughout the film. And I was like, why? I don't understand. Like, it said it had 10 episodes.
Right.
And I'm like, but then I went back to Netflix, and there are no 10 episodes. So I was like, I'm not sure what's happening here. And then I watched it. And
did that answer a lot of those questions?
It sure did.
Okay.
Because it is one short film. And I don't know if it was produced as maybe like, I don't know, like an internet series in like shorter pieces, but it just felt like it was one short movie.
Because they presented it in the horror movie section.
They did.
Yes.
Not only that, but it is a Roger Corman Presents.
No shit.
Yeah. So
okay.
I was like, I saw the poster, Roger Corman Presents. Corey Feldman, Tony Todd, directed by Joe Dante. I was like, what? This is hitting all the things that I want to see.
You were thinking, yeah, you fucked up, man, because this doesn't seem like a Schlock Abuse.
Yeah. So
I like how you stopped that statement as in, like you see the giant box at Christmas and you open it up, you're like, dude, this is going to be the fucking Nintendo 64, and it's a box with socks in it.
Socks and fucking old candy corn from like 2
Halloweens
ago.
Used diapers, whatever they could fit in that box. It's not a 64.
No. So, yeah. So the basic premise of this movie is Corey Feldman plays a character called Johnny Splatter.
Of course.
And he is the front man for a popular rock and roll band.
He seems to do that a lot in the later Corey Feldman movies because there was a Charlotte and me did a schlock abuse rock and roll high school forever.
Yes.
In which starring Corey Feldman, where he's also the lead singer of a rock and roll band in that movie.
Yeah. So he was just, I mean, he didn't have to draw on much for this.
Yeah. Did he wait, is this still during the Michael Jackson Corey Feldman I Dress Like Him, or is he kind of is this more in the later when he is kind of trying to do emo Corey Feldman?
It's more emo.
Okay.
It's more emo, but he still has a black shirt with loud like fleur-de-lis print, like embossed stuff on there.
It's it's during the transition from the Michael Jackson to emo era. Okay.
Exactly. So the movie opens with a short monologue. You've got a Glock in your face in the first shot. And it pulls away and you see him. He's got eyeliner on. He's got a little bit of a goatee with only maybe like 1/8 of an inch growth. So it's kind of weird looking. It's not really defined. And he's basically talking. He's holding this gun near his head. And he's like, so let me pose a question to my friends. Is it better to kill yourself or to let your enemies destroy you? And he goes on for a minute, and then he blows his brains out. And there's actually a pretty decent practical effect where he pulls a trigger and like blood sprays and everything. I was like, all right, they spent money on that.
Yeah, well, all right.
And
it wasn't digital. It was actually looks like
no. It was practical. It was all like blood spraying and stuff. And honestly, like the actual practical effects in here are legit. They're pretty decent. Like they're not Nicotero level, but they're pretty good. All right.
Right.
So this movie consists of him and 5 other characters. Okay. And I'm going to run through them real quick. So Johnny Splatter, that's him. He killed himself. We're going to find out why. And
so he gave himself the nickname Johnny Splatter, and then
that was his rock and roll name, or whatever it is. That's what we're.
Then he blew his brains out. Okay,
exactly.
That's all right.
And so there, you quickly cut to a brunette on a motorcycle showing up at this castle-like mansion. Okay, she goes inside, and it quickly becomes obvious that it's like a kind of a weird wake / will reading sort of situation. But it's just 5 people in there, and it's her. So her name was Cruel. She was the brunette. She was in the band.
Okay.
But she had left the band,
bass
I guess.
Player.
You find out. Yeah, something like that. She was the bass player.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. You know. And you have Tony Todd as the band manager. His name is Spencer.
All right.
And he had managed, Splatter through his whole success, but at some point had dropped him from the label or
he was
whatever
getting too
it was.
wild. He was getting too wild,
something
man.
like that. You have his disgruntled lead guitarist who always felt like Splatter took too much of the limelight.
God damn. Just paint by numbers on this part.
Yeah. And by the way, both the brunette and the guitarist, both actors, I've never seen anything. Lots of TV roles when I looked it up. Schlock, like B, Z grade stuff.
You might see them in some of the Salem movies, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we have a character, a little blonde, sort of nymphish style person that was basically like the head groupie that was in love with him for a while and left and whatever.
Johnny can do no wrong. Stop talking bad about Johnny.
And her name was Fiona Crown.
All right.
Again, lots of TV roles. She was in one horror movie called Absence. that I do actually want to kind of check out. Looks kind of cool. And then the last character is his therapist, guy named Dr. Bellows.
Sounds professional.
Played by Stuart Pankin, who was like the sheriff in Arachnophobia. He was in Congo and Striptease, like in like minor supporting roles. In any case, so you got these 5 people in there, and they're all like around a coffin, and there's a TV screen behind it that comes up, shows a picture of like him like blowing his brains out from the original, and they're like, oh god, this is awful. And then it kind of like rewinds, and he starts talking about, all right, you are my 5 closest friends, and you are here to find out what's coming to you from the will.
Right.
And
so his closest friends, by the way, it sounds like a lot of people that fucking hated his guts.
Yeah. They all fucking hate him. They were
Hence
all,
why maybe he killed himself. I don't know.
They're all making money off him, you know. Come to find out that this is all a plot, that when he was going to kill himself, he recited this this spell or something.
Oh no. All right.
And so, you know, he basically like the video screen is saying, oh, and you, the doctor, you get nothing. And you, the
groupie,
the brunette,
yeah,
you get nothing. And then there's more to come, but wait. And then they're like, well, what the fuck? And then suddenly the mansion goes into hermetic security mode.
Oh man.
And like all the metal like shields come through the windows, and all the doors lock, and their cell phones aren't working, and they're like, what the fuck? We're trapped. So
you've been splattered.
Jesus Christ. So the therapist is like, well, our phones aren't working, but I know that I gave him like this antique phone booth as a gift one time. And his whole backstory is that, you know, he fucked him over. The therapist fucked him over by like, you know, not treating him well, and then like writing a book about it and making a bunch of money, like exploiting him, whatever. So he goes to this phone booth to try to dial out, and it's a fucking electrocution chamber.
Da-da-da.
And we get the first like really cool practical effect where he's just getting shocked. Everyone outside is seeing this shit, and he basically starts boiling and melting. And
all right,
the actual practical effects were pretty cool. Like,
nice.
There's boils happening on his face, and like his eyes like burst at one point, and he gets killed. And all right, so one down already.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is 29 minutes. Shit goes fast.
Yeah, they're just like, and next, all right, you're dead too.
There's not a whole lot of exposition. So then, like, everyone's like, oh, that just happened. And the groupie finds, like, this old-looking book thing. And she opens it up, and there's all these weird, like, this weird language or with pictograms and stuff. She's like, oh, this is some crazy ancient religion from, like, ancient Kenya in Africa. I only know this because I dated a DJ who took me on tour, and we went to West Africa, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
no.
what?
And you can read, not only speak, but read this shit?
I mean, DJs are pretty good about interpreting languages. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. You definitely learn languages on a fling with a DJ. And so that happened. But basically, she reads, and this is the exposition here, is that she reads is that if to reverse the curse, you have to remove certain body parts of people, fingers, hands, eyes, nose, put them in a bag, mix it with your blood, and set it on fire, and that's how you reverse the curse.
Okay.
And she's able to get all that from this book that you're looking at it on screen. You're like, nobody knows
fucking
this
way.
shit.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones
Yeah.
can't read this shit.
Yeah.
And he studied fucking like archaeology and languages his whole fucking life. So, so the bassist, the brunette, goes upstairs to go find, you know, her shit. And oh god, he ends up. You finally get to see zombified Corey Feldman.
Really?
And he gets up on her, like comes up to her, touches her hand. There's like slime coming off of it. And he's like, yeah, you fucked me over, blah, blah, blah. By the way, you covered my song and you didn't give me any credit. And he pulls out a CD.
Really?
And she's just like, I'm so sorry. And he slits her throat with the CD.
Wow, that's a pretty strong CD.
And as she's like gurgling, he's like, sing it. Sing the chorus. And she kind of gurgles the chorus. All right, and it's fucking hilarious.
This is sounding a little bit more amazing as we go along here. I don't know.
It's pretty stupid. And then she's dead. So then there are just 3.
Right.
All right. So then the groupie is like, okay, well, another thing comes up on the screen where he's like, hey, Fiona, if you come up to where we used to spend our nights, you will find your part of the will in the reflection of the mirrors. So she goes up to this bedroom that's all mirrored up like a big sex area. She gets up there and he comes out and he kisses her. And then he fucking rips her goddamn heart out. Like, just like shoves his hand in, like Mola Ram from fucking Temple of Doom. And just like, pulls that shit out.
Is he still zombified?
Oh, yeah, he's zombified. Like,
so she's just making out with the zombie and finds no problems with that.
Yeah, whatever spell he cast, like, in the beginning dialogue of the movie, apparently transformed him into the undead.
Okay.
But he is fully, like, verbal and conscious. Like, he's not a Romero zombie.
Yeah.
You know, and, the makeup's actually pretty good. Like, I won't lie. You know,
right.
like, the makeup's decent, you know. Again, not Nicotero level, but it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Good enough for this 29-minute.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You know, Roger
that's
Corman
what they did. They just
movie.
cut the shit out of running time so you could put money into the practical effects.
So she's dead. And then it's just down to the guitarist, who is super salty still. And he's like, all right, so basically what we have to do to reverse this thing is we need to cut off some pieces of people and do a thing and set it on fire, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm good for that. So he goes down into like the studio in the basement and he's like, I'm gonna find something that's worth money. Because I guess he left him a guitar, like an acoustic guitar, and he was like, fuck this shit. And he broke it. He went down to the studio and found a guitar in a case that had like a little sign on it said, valued by this auction company at $500,000.
Wow, how convenient to have the actual.
So he opens that up. He takes it out and he starts playing. He plugs it into these amps down in this studio, and he starts rocking out. And then all of the levels go up on all the boards.
Oh, really?
And it gets so loud that it fucking kills him. Like, his ears are bleeding. He's bleeding out of his eyes, and like his ears are bleeding, and he fucking dies from this like insane volume shit.
It just stops his like heart, or
yeah.
Like, I was waiting for you to tell me his head explode. Like, it's just like he hits that note. It's like, no.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for like the scanners.
Yeah, like that's what I thought you were setting up for.
But then of course Zombie Feldman comes up. He's like, killer solo, dude.
God damn it. I was like, what's it gonna be? What dumb fucking thing is he gonna say after the dude dies?
So now it's just down to Tony Todd.
Okay.
The recent
Todd
the ex-manager.
Feldman.
And he's like, all right, I'm gonna fix this shit. And he's like, I can do this. And he grabs a meat cleaver from the kitchen and he goes around to all the corpses and cuts off appropriate parts.
Right.
Like a hand, a nose, an ear, a finger, like whatever he needs.
Yeah.
He puts it in a pillowcase, cuts his hand with the cleaver, puts a little in, and he's like, all right. And then he throws it in the fireplace. And then he somehow remembers the weird fucking incantation that the goddamn...
The brunette read earlier?
Or the groupie, the blonde little groupie read earlier. And he says it. Of course, Zombie Feldman shows up and And he's like, no, and they have a little bit of a fight. And what ends up happening
Oh man.
is that the bag gets pulled out of the fire, and instead of like him killing him, Tony Todd's just like, all right, wait. Something needs to happen here. We're gonna talk this out. And then
Yeah, listen up, zombie splatter.
the brunette arrives through the door with her finger cut off as a zombie that I guess Feldman had raised, and then Tony Todd's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna manage your return.
Oh man.
And then Feldman's like, yeah, but early comebacks are career suicide.
What?
And then they talk it over, and then he's just like, you know what? Okay. But you're getting 5% commission, not 10.
God damn it.
And that's the fucking end of the movie.
How would this have been a whole series? It sounds like would they have just dragged out each character's death?
I don't know. I don't know if it was meant to be a series. It seems like it was just shot to be a short film because it was like concise. This is what happens through the end.
There's a lot that happens though in that 30 minutes. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a 30-minute short film, and they don't waste time. Like you don't really get to know any of the characters other than what they say and kind of like their very brief backstories.
Yeah, like the lead guitarist, he's like, he fucking sucks, and you're like, okay, so he has an issue.
You took
Splatter.
all my limelight.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah, I can see you don't really have to go into back history with like showing previous footage of them like jamming out and him like stealing the thunder.
And then the rock song that was featured a couple times in the movie.
Oh god.
And also at the end credits was called Coming Back Around, performed by Corey Feldman.
Yep. I am not shocked at all. That was probably in his like, I'll do your fucking movie, but there's gonna be a song, and there's gonna be a song by my band with me singing in the movie.
So I did not do a deep dive on information about this, but it was obviously shot as a short film.
Yeah.
I don't know why IMDb has it as like a series that would have 10 episodes somehow, unless it was an internet series that was released in short snippets.
I was going to say, is that it? Is that like literally on the internet it was like 5 minutes and they just stacked them all together?
I haven't found it.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. But I mean,
Joe Dante's doing his best to erase all connections.
I can't even, I couldn't even in my brain fit what happened in the movie into 10 separate scenes, even if they were, it's only 29 minutes. So they would have to be like 3 minutes a piece or something, but like, I have no idea.
I mean,
but
you just don't know the Feldman fans, man. You just keep teasing them each week with 3 minute clips of zombie Feldman.
More.
Yeah.
They'll come back for more.
God damn.
I'm
sure I had no idea on the running time. I saw that it was in the horror section on Netflix, and I'll be honest,
you saw Corey Feldman.
I saw Corey Feldman in the horror section. I knew it was later error. Corey Feldman. I was like, we just got to go for this one, and I did not even think that it would be 30. You can look out with the fucking 30-minute schlock abuse. Fuck you, man,
dude. I know. Like I was able to finish this in no time.
Yeah, you were.
Because like I brought it up earlier today, and I was just like, all right, let's sit down.
You're like, I got an hour and a half I guess 30 minutes.
I was like, hopefully it's not too long. I'm hoping it's like a tight 80 or 90 minutes. And I literally see it, and it's 29 minutes. I'm like, oh, that can't be right.
Yeah.
Do I have the right movie? No, it does say Corey Feldman. Wait, Tony Todd? Joe Dante?
God damn
Roger
it.
Corman
this
presents?
Fucking
what the fuck?
This backfired on me. So we got a short fucking schlock abuse that had some actual good practical effects and some really cheesy parts in it. I am upset right now. God damn it.
It was stupid as fuck. And it was dumb, but it was fun, and it was I don't know what to say about it. Like I don't even know how this fucking got made.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
It just sounds so
can't
painless.
market this. You can't market this because you can't put it on. You can't put it on VHS. You can't put or this is 2009. You can't put it even on DVD really because nobody's gonna buy it. It's a short film. You can't show it in theaters. It's a short film.
It seems like one of those that they would attach. You see in like Walmart or somewhere where they have like 10 terrifying tale movies or whatever, and you look at the back,
They might put it in there.
and that's what I'm saying. You have these like movies that you don't recognize any of the cast, and you watch it, and it's like
Right.
obviously the lowest budget ever. You could almost throw this movie into that stack.
I feel like maybe like, and I haven't looked into this, but like maybe there was a bunch of Roger Corman produced actual movies that this was just like a special feature on,
Yeah,
to be like, oh, and by the way, you get this other movie,
this was to help. This movie
bonus
was just
movie,
set up-
Splatter, and they
this
don't
was
say
set up
anything
to
about it.
promote Corey Feldman's albums. Like, like if you purchase his album, you will also get the Corey Feldman starring movie Splatter. Like, what I mean? Like, literally, it's in the back of the CD case is this fucking random ass 30-minute fucking Joe Dante
Yeah.
movie.
God damn.
Oh man,
But,
well, you lucked
no,
out, motherfucker.
It was fun. It was stupid. Like, I wasn't mad about it. I probably don't ever need to see it again. But if you're ever bored and you got 30 minutes and you want to watch something stupid with decent practical effects, not great, but decent, and it's
just laying it on, man.
and it's just a bunch of dumb, like all
Again, it still has Corey Feldman music and him performing that music in this movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
That's all it has to be
and you
said.
get regular Corey Feldman in the beginning, and then you get zombie Corey Feldman.
Yeah,
And you
I'm
get
gonna have
some
to
Tony
watch this.
Todd, and I mean, I'm sure this was made in 2 days,
Oh, absolutely.
easily. It had to have been a 2-day production, super cheap. Yeah, Roger Corman, he ain't spending money on
No,
shit, so
no.
like, nobody made like their rent on this thing, but it was probably a fun time.
Yep.
But that was Splatter.
Splatter. So, all right, well, this is kind of closing out our spooky season, Beautiful Disasters.
Goddamn right.
I'm jealous you only spent 30 minutes watching a piece of shit movie, but we'll get off of that.
Hey, that's your fault. You
yeah,
didn't
I know.
research enough.
I know. I did not research it enough, all right? I will completely admit to that. So, but let's throw out there real quick, you can check us out on Facebook, Beautiful Disasters. What's the email again as I'm drawing?
Beautiful Disasters Podcast at gmail.com.
All right. And we are connected with the amazing GUI Network. You can go to the website, GUIpodcast.com. Has all of the amazing shows on there. It has all of our, back catalog of all of our episodes.
Hell
and
yeah.
Check out some shit. And there's little links. You know what? We're talking about a lot of, good, bad movies throughout different episodes. A lot of the
Damn
other
right.
podcasts bring us up. Hit that link. It takes you to Amazon. You can get hard copies of some of these shitty ass movies.
Not this one.
Yeah, not this one. Maybe that could be the hard one to find.
I
but,
doubt you would find it on DVD, but
But there's also another thing to go on there. It's TeePublic. We got all kinds. All the podcast merch is all on there. The different logos.
damn right.
There's a fuck ton too. I think it's goddamn.
There's
up
a
in
lot.
the
Yeah.
30 something, like 40. I don't know.
All the Halloween designs
Yep.
that have bbeen here for years. I think there might even be a new one. They're all up right now.
Yeah.
So
And
check it out.
T-shirts, banners, like fuck. You can get little baby onesies. You want to get a little Beautiful Disaster baby onesie.
Oh, that'd be great with
I
the Battle
know.
Royale logo.
Oh,
on it.
that'd be fucking badass.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So, but yeah, just, check out the website. Check out, hit the links. Check out some stuff. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, just besides that, reach out. Like we always love suggestions.
Yep.
You think something that hits that Beautiful Disasters format that you want to throw to our way, go for it. And if you know that there is a piece of shit movie that you would want to see inflicted on one of the two of us, then we're up for that too. All right.
Hell yes. Let us know.
Yeah. So, well, this is kind of sad. We're saying goodbye to spooky season for this season, and
Well, yeah. We might sneak out one more release before the end, but we'll see.
but we're heading into holiday time, so
I know. We got some good stuff coming.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, but anyway, thanks for listening. I'm F.U. Hunter.
I've been the Grutz.
Take it easy.
Hey guys, Scotty Big Daddy Preston here. That's right, the Geek Father, asking you to join me here every other week with friends and family of the GUI Network as we go through all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent. So remember, join us or cry.
My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
GUIPodcast.com.